So, speaking of lighting, let's go ahead and jump on over to the environment tab, which is the little sun icon here. And this is where you can then adjust all the settings available, at least right now, for adjusting all of this lighting. And there's a whole lot of fun stuff here that you can adjust. This is really one of my favorite areas to adjust in this program. So we can change, obviously, some of our general lighting from the horizontal, the altitude, the sun size. And then you have the sun smoothness that'll change the sharpness of the shadow. So a higher smoothness will make it a little bit more faded, and a lower smoothness will be a little bit more sharp, which will resemble the sun when it's at a really low altitude in the day. You can see it sharpening. Ooh, it's getting to be a really nice color. Look at that color. That is indeed quite nice. So we're going to pop this back up. You can do some your normal camera settings that we're used to. And one new feature that is really nice in this program is clouds. And all of these clouds are indeed volumetric clouds. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. So I'm assuming that each time you change the cloud settings or move them around, it's going to all of those path traces are really going to take effect on how the clouds will affect the shadows on the ground. And one thing that we can definitely do that is by changing the cloud offset here, the cloud height offset, so we can make them. Yeah, you can see the shadow is dynamically changing to as it's getting closer to the ground. And this is a really nice feature that you can do to add some really nice volumetric fog as low-lying fog or atmospheric fog onto the terrain. So this is really quite nice coverage. Is there any other sort of features that you want to include with clouds that aren't already covered? Because you have quite a few different cloud settings here, and even including this is one of my favorite ones, the atmospheric fog here. Change that height. You can even adjust the density of this all. So it's really quite nice. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. Go ahead and answer that if there was a question or an answer for that.
We're going to add another cloud layer actually. So we have volumetric fog and volumetric clouds. Both will be available. Also, I mean, the cloud system is not optimized yet, so it eats up a lot of performance.
Yeah, you can see now my FPS here in the top left is now below 50 as I'm messing
Yeah,
with these. And as you said, yeah, if I were to disable the clouds, then you can see the FPS counter here has boosted up and is still increasing quite significantly. So that is, but they are indeed fun to play with, though. I will admit to that.
they will become better.
And you can see we have some users that have posted on the World Creator 3 Discord showcase page that has used some clouds in really unique ways and really nice looking quality. So if you want to see some of the alpha users implement clouds in many different ways, then I suggest you heading over onto the showcase page for the World Creator 3 server slot. And then the other part of the environment tab here, which is actually, I think, my favorite part of this is the water. And we all know what the water looks like in World Creator 2. You can add movement and change the different shader colors there, and I'm sure you can do that here. But because of the engine that Stefan and the team has implemented here, just check out exactly how good this is going to look once I enable it. So let me get down here and raise the water level just a tad. That is the wrong water level. Water offset. There we go. Whoops. Just look at these reflections. This is so much more accurate to what you would think. And you can even see here at the edge the water height here. If I were to increase that, you can add some basically either is this parallax occlusion or is this tessellation that's affecting the water line here whenever I change the volume of the water.
No, this is entirely path traced. The water is completely path traced, and that's a pretty good thing. So, I mean, that's why you have that sort of quality. That's exactly why you have that quality. And yeah, I mean, everything is like a present, and it's almost for free. You have the reflections automatically. You have these these typical distortions. You have the proper lighting, you have the proper colors, you have everything is like real, right? But the water gets better. We want to have waves at the shores. We want to have the foams at the shores. We want to have different I don't know, different visibility. If you look, it's not it shouldn't be equal, because you have organics in the water sometimes, and with that you have a different visibility, a different clarity. So also we need the underwater effect. So there are a lot more effects are coming here, a lot more. Actually, we just added this because I said we wanted to have, or wanted to be able to post some really nice screenshots out of it, out of Word Creator. So we had to add this. But this is just as with the clouds. It's the very, very first implementation. We just implemented it. It took a few days, and there we were. And but this will become better as well. Actually, it's really nice. It's really nice, but it's not what I want to have in the final version. I want to have. I mean, the water should look like like in real, like a photo real image. It should be real, like as if you're in an open water, like I don't know, like an ocean. You will have different waters, like for seas and for ocean, for lakes, for rivers. So this is just for the rendering things right now. So this part will move later. I think that one will be the ocean water with the specific ocean quality settings. And then we're gonna have, like in Word Creator 2, we use the shape filter to create lakes, where you could apply water, but it was not really good. And in this version, you will be able to create lakes as a biome directly and position them, and everything around that will be adapt automatically and all that. So also rivers. So this will all be part of the biome system.
Wow. So you're saying if I were to create a crater in the center of the terrain, there's going to be a sort of a volume of water that I can, populate just in that crater, and not, because now in World Creator 2, if you want water to be in a lake, for example, it's going to appear anywhere else on the terrain that's lower than the sea line.
Right.
So it will only just, be masked to the area of that crater, that hypothetical crater.
Yes, that's an example. Yes.